Making news in Warren this week, beware of census scams. We'll tell you what you need to know so your personal information doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
2 people are recovering after a multi-car collision. We'll have footage from the scene.
And the Warren Crime Commission gives the less fortunate shelter from the cold. The U.S. Census Bureau wants you to stand up and be counted, but how do you know for sure your personal information is falling into the right hands? Hello everyone, I'm Enver Shadwell.
And I'm Lori Erla. The U.S. Census Bureau wants you to be aware of census crooks. More in this week's top story. Census crooks are scam artists that con you into giving personal information about yourself through email. Don't do it. The U.S. Census Bureau will never ask you to divulge personal info through email. Some additional tips to keep in mind so you won't be scammed. Your census will arrive by U.S. mail. You won't be called to provide information. The form will not ask for your social security number, bank account, or credit card number. And the U.S. Census Bureau will not ask for money. To find out more on the census, go to www.census.gov.
2 people suffered minor injuries following a recent 3-car accident at the intersection of 12 Mile and Shaner. Police say one of the vehicles was traveling northbound on Shaner and ran a red light, crashing into a second car, which was headed east on 12 Mile, which then hit a third vehicle. Warren firefighters had to extricate one of the injured.
Engine 5 and our squad transported the most serious. They went over to Macomb. She wasn't pinned in. We had to extricate them out the other door because the other door was sort of caved in. So.
The 2 hurt are expected to be okay. The driver who ran the red light was issued a ticket, and alcohol was not a factor in the wreck.
Well, the frigid cold weather is hard on everyone. For the homeless, it can be deadly. That's why the Warren Crime Commission has teamed up with St. Edmund's Church to open its doors to the less fortunate, offering them food, clothing, and shelter from the cold. For many, the warming shelter at St. Edmund is the only place they're welcome. Here, they are offered a hot meal and a warm, safe place to sleep.
Hats off to the parishioners of St. Edmund's Parish. All the food that is fed to the guests at night, as well as their breakfast in the morning, is all donated by the parishioners of St. Edmund's, and all the volunteers from the parish are here serving.
St. Edmund's Church opens its doors to the homeless 1 week a year as part of the county's rotating warming center program.
We do it all 7 nights. This is my 3rd night. The first night we had, I think, 85, second night 76, and it looks like we're going to have a pretty full house tonight too. So it's cold outside, and it makes us feel good to be able to help the members of our community that are a little down and out right now on their luck, and it's good for the soul, it's good for the spirit, it's good for the city of Warren, and it's certainly good for the Crime Commission.
The Warren Police Department's first ever Senior Citizen Police Academy was a success. Megan O'Brien was at the graduation ceremony and tells us more.
About 40 senior citizens attended the Senior Citizens Police Academy program. The group studied patrol officers, detectives, evidence techs, 911 operators, and the wide variety of difficult tasks they do every day. Commissioner Dwyer found it interesting that many of the people in the seniors group were married couples, some married for over 40 years.
Giving back to the community and having the community know more about their police department is very important because, as I've said many times, the perception out there with many people are that we're just an army writing tickets, arresting people. And as pointed out by one of the graduates today, they said, police officers are human. And they are. They have husbands, wives, mothers, fathers, children. And I think another real benefit to this program is what they learn.
Warren resident Stella Gladys enjoyed the Seniors Police Academy. She feels more informed about police officers' duties.
It just has been wonderful because I feel that the average citizen does not know that what it all involves, the work of the police department. So it was very informative. I've learned a lot, and I will tell my neighbors about it, and just enjoyed it immensely and learned a lot.
The graduation ceremony included the director of the Academy, Lieutenant James Matheny, Commissioner Dwyer, Lieutenant Darcy Lutzinger, and firefighter Jim Hill. Commissioner Dwyer hopes to have an even bigger senior police academy in the future. For TV Warren News, I'm Megan O'Brien.
A local entrepreneur has come up with a creative way to make ends meet in this tough economy. Jim Naherniak has more on how a Warren man's unique invention may soon be on store shelves.
You never know where an idea for a new invention will come from. After Paul and Linda Sadowski got married, they combined their families. They also combined two families' worth of photographs. This Warren couple then came up with an efficient way to display all their pictures, a photo album that mounts on the wall.
But we wanted to have a way to show pictures all together. This was Michael's graduation, where they're not in an album, they're not put away. You change the look of your room just by turning a page.
We came across a plastics company that advised us that they could make 15-inch panels and make them work, so they installed magnets in these panels, and we bought the equipment to mold them, and we made some nice panels that worked together, and we thought, well, we can market this. This might even become a business one day.
Paul and Linda then formed a company to sell their new creation.
To be able to put so many photos in just a little bit of space, we think it turned out great.
We took another step and had the product framed and made it a little bit nicer, and we really enjoy having it here on top of above the fireplace, because we've got pictures when the kids are playing in the swimming pool and
times of vacation, from happy times, from silly times. My sisters and I went away for a girls' weekend, but they're up on the wall and they're there for everyone to see.
And it's finally gotten to the point after 5 years of working on the product where we've got some major chain stores that are looking at it now and are finally bringing it onto the market. Rather than it being Paul and Linda's picture book, we've got a distributor that is looking at taking it to some major chains and making it available for everybody to have their own picture pages.
For more information on the story of Picture Pages, visit their website, picturepagesllc.com. Jim Naherniak, TV Warren News.
Time now for our tax tip of the week. This week, Tammy Perzanowski of H&R Block talks about continuing your health insurance after you're laid off. Tammy?
This is the tax tip for the week from H&R Block. For the many laid-off workers, there's a subsidy for your COBRA premiums. This will allow more unemployed taxpayers to continue COBRA coverage for only 35% of the premium.
Checking traffic, we have that one ongoing project in the works, 14 Mile Road near the Maple Lane Golf Course, that is closed to through traffic for bridge repairs. The work is going to last until the middle of summer. You can take 13 Mile to get around that. The Road Commission isn't encouraging motorists to take 15 Mile because you might encounter some lane closures there as well.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Megan O'Brien will be in with this week's community calendar.
And Adam Bullis is in with sports, so stay tuned.
Beat the winter blues at Warren's new City Square ice rink in the heart of Warren's new downtown. Enjoy an indoor heated viewing area, skate rentals for kids and adults, and complete food concession services. Prices are $3 for children and adults and just $2 for seniors, with skate rental and sharpening available. Warren City Square Ice Rink, affordable fun for the whole family. Located off Van Dyke between 12 and 13 Mile Road on Civic Center South.